You know, you need a decent front brake just to roll it around in the garage, just for practical reasons. I mean, I got a big picture of me just rolling off of this ramp, and then things get exponentially worse right away. I'm going to continue cleaning out this brake system. I got to blow out these brake lines here. Just a little squirt, a little mist into the fog. And then also this piece of line that goes from the master cylinder to the brake light switch. Tiny little hole. I'm not sure if I can do anything much there, but I'll stick the air nozzle in there and give it a squirt. And yeah, got some moisture on the end of it, so we blew a little bit out. We just don't want it to crystallize inside this line. I don't think it's gotten to that point, but that's why it needs to be blown out of there really good before we put it back into use or store it in this case.
Like this.
This is that crystallization I was talking about. So you don't want that inside your master cylinder piston or yeesh. I know it can be frowned upon to use compressed air to blow out a brake pad, but I honestly don't know of any other way to do it. I've always done it this way, and it always worked. So I just pointed this down, and so like that. This is how I'm holding it. Worked again. That's it, right? First look inside of our brake caliper with the brake pad blown out of it. It's dirty. It's really dirty. It's just kind of like gray water in there, but nothing chunky, so that's good. It'll clean up. Wash it down with some parts clean. Gunner. I drained this off already, but give it a closer look. You can tell if these feed and return little ports are clear. So they don't appear to be clogged. All right, good news there. Just fine. They still got to be worked on for about an hour, but they're just fine. There's a surprising amount of rust inside the caliper piston there. Jeez, there must have been a lot of water in there. Look at that. Yeah, it'll clean up. So this whole master cylinder needs to be cleaned up, but you know, I don't want to completely hose down this rubber piston seal. That's the plunger part of it. With that cleaner, I don't want to distort that rubber or anything. It's still in nice shape. I'm also not going to squirt brake clean or brake cleaning fluid through any of the internal passageways where hydraulic brake fluid will go. I'll flush that out with just brake fluid. Just looking mostly to get the external grime off of it. Like that. Isn't that satisfying? I love it when something just cleans up like that. And then scraping a little of the grime out of the recess where the pad goes. This is the swing arm side of the brake. This is the pad that doesn't actually move. It just kind of hangs there. And the pad that does move in the in the caliper, that's what it presses up against. my empty can. Come on, give me 2 more drops. Just 2 more drops. Up there we go. Got it. We got that piston all cleaned up, and here on the brake caliper, I have that's a piston seal. I have a replacement for that. This was weird. This rubber diaphragm thing that goes in the cap was distorted and ruined. I'm not sure why that would happen. I'm pretty sure I have another one, but otherwise, this thing is good to go. The lines are cleaned. Everything's cleaned up. This is going into storage at the moment, but you can't put it away with, all that gunk. When you take it out, it'll be no good. So I plan on using this again.
Slide. There's nothing in there.
You can see the piston moving in and out of there.
See right in there.
So those tiny little ports are clear.
I would not hesitate to
So,
put this on.
and this will be bagged, and
Right now,
it'll
but,
be good for
just
when I need
gonna
to
go
take
into
it out and
storage.
use it again. Otherwise, it'll be junk. Okay, baby. Give me 1 second here. All right, here's what we're going to do. Over time, the motorcycle has slid backwards. When we started out, the front wheel was over here. And it needs to go back there.
Okay.
So we're going to drop it off at center stand. I'll be on this side, off the center stand. And we'll get the front wheel here. You also notice that it's over this way, so I'm going to try to guide it a little more to the center. You're going to be on this side.
Yeah.
The thing is that there's no front brake.
Yeah.
So when I drop it, it's up to us to stop it from continuing to roll, which won't be much of a problem. But whenever you drop a motorcycle off a center stand, you immediately touch the front brake, and that's not there.
So I'm just I'm going to be pulling back in case it starts rolling forward.
You're going to be ready to pull back, yeah. Yep. Got chocolate on your sweater.
Oh, chocolate. I didn't have any chocolate.
Huh?
today.
Yeah,
I didn't
sure.
need chocolate. It was toast.
Toast. So first thing to do is we're just going to roll it forward, and it'll drop off the stand. Ready?
Yeah.
There we go. Easy, easy, easy. Stop. There we go. All right, we're just going to let the wheel drop in there a little bit. A little more. Is it? Oh,
Yep, it's good.
okay, good. Okay, don't pull toward you.
All right.
Keep it. Let it bounce toward me a little more.
Yeah.
So it's sort of just sitting there on its own, right? Good. And now we're going to pull back onto the center stand. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, stop. Go to the back of the motorcycle. Pull back on the bars. 1, 2, 3.
That's center stand.
Yeah, that's on the center stand. But I didn't move it forward at all. Nothing happened.
It didn't go where we wanted it.
No. Okay, that's it. Good. Thank you.
All right.
I'll figure out something else.
Okay.
Yeah, you did great, baby. Thank you. Huh. A big nut. Seems like that's important. All right, we're at a point where it's time to wrap up odds and ends. Punch list, including getting these carb drain tubes in place. Whoops, split. Busted. Just adding a touch of red grease here so these drain tube lines will slip over this a little easier. Bore it out a little bit. There we go, just get this started. There we go. Good. We talked about this a long time ago, but it's worth repeating that the this is the K&N air filter. It does sort of snap into place. There's a ridge there, so it doesn't fall out of place when you're putting it in. And then you start it from the right side, because this is one of the inlets or outlets, whatever. So we have to pass it over those drain tubes we just put on. And that way we only have to slip this flat side through 3 of them. There we go. Jamming it through there. This is a we're not taking no for an answer type situation with this stuff. It's like you're going in there. So, looks good. And these wing nut holders here, they have a stop point, like it just stopped. They don't necessarily tighten, they just stop. A couple videos ago, I pushed the air through the tank so that it would make the oil light go out and circulate oil, and it looks like it did. The oil light goes out right away when you hit the starter, and the level went down in the tank. It takes 3.5 quarts, 3.5 quarts, and we found out about a half of it was parked in the engine. Just the same, I need to see oil pour out of this oil filter housing. Just a little. If there's a couple drops, we're good. And if there isn't, I will take it off and see if the filter is dry. See, I'd expect to see oil by now. Oh, there we go. That's good. We are good. That's all I needed to see. Another thing off the punch list. And by punch list, I mean things I filed away in my mind under, hey, don't forget to do this later. Things that I do forget, if I do, you can usually figure it out by the leftover parts in the buckets. Sometimes there's only a few.
my ongoing punch list is there is a cable guide for the ignition, and I looked around for it for a minute and realized I attached it already. It looks like I put it on in a position ready to be used, but let me check. Is this tight? Oh yeah, that's tight. Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, whatever this was, this cable guide is in the wrong place anyway. Hey, it's actually New Year's Eve day, so this isn't going to post on New Year's Eve, but I wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. Thanks for subscribing and following along with the Seasoned Rider. I think the video after this is the one where we push the button, which would be part 42. Oh.